The universe is a vast, mysterious tapestry woven from threads of energy, matter, and consciousness. For centuries, humans have sought to unravel its secrets, whether through the lens of science or the insights of spiritual traditions. Two seemingly disparate domains, quantum physics and the law of attraction, offer intriguing perspectives on how reality operates. Quantum physics, a cornerstone of modern science, explores the behavior of the tiniest building blocks of existence, revealing a world that defies our everyday intuitions. The law of attraction, a timeless metaphysical principle, suggests that our thoughts and emotions shape the experiences we draw into our lives. At first glance, these fields appear unrelated, one grounded in empirical rigor, the other in personal belief. Yet, when we peel back the layers, we find striking parallels that hint at a deeper connection between the mind and the cosmos. Let's begin with the law of attraction, a concept that's both simple and profound. At its core, it's the idea that like attracts like, not just in the physical world, like magnets, but in the realm of thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Imagine your mind as a radio transmitter, constantly broadcasting signals into the universe. According to the law of attraction, the frequency you tune into, whether it's optimism or despair, determines the kind of station you receive back in the form of life events. Positive thoughts and emotions, it claims, draw positive outcomes, while negativity pulls in more of the same. This isn't a new idea. Its roots stretch back to ancient philosophies and spiritual traditions, from the Hermetic principle of as within, so without, to Buddhist teachings on the power of intention. In modern times, it gained widespread attention through works like The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, which popularized the notion that we can manifest our desires, be it wealth, health, or love, by focusing our minds on them with unwavering belief. Proponents often describe a three-step process. Ask. Clearly define what you want. Believe. Trust that it's already on its way, feeling the emotions as if it's yours. Receive. Open yourself to the opportunities that bring it into reality. Take a simple example. Someone dreaming of a new job might visualize themselves in that role, feel the excitement of success, and then find themselves noticing job openings they'd previously overlooked. It's as if their focus primes them to see possibilities that align with their vision. Critics, however, dismiss it as wishful thinking, arguing there's no evidence that thoughts alone can alter reality. They point out that life's complexities, chance, effort, and external factors can't be reduced to mental gymnastics. Yet, millions swear by its effects, citing personal stories of transformation. Is it just psychology at play, boosting confidence and motivation? Or could there be something more? Something science is only beginning to uncover. To explore that, we need to dive into the strange and wondrous world of quantum physics. Basics of quantum physics. A peek behind the curtain. Quantum physics might sound intimidating, but at its heart, it's about understanding the smallest pieces of our universe, atoms, electrons, photons, and how they behave. Unlike the predictable rules of classical physics, think Newton's apple falling straight down, the quantum realm is a place of probabilities, paradoxes, and surprises. It's the science that powers your smartphone, lasers, and MRI machines, but it also challenges everything we think we know about reality. Let's break it down with a few key ideas, explained simply. The double-slit experiment, where observation changes everything. Imagine firing a BB gun at a wall with two narrow slits. You'd expect the pellets to pass through one slit or the other, creating two neat bands on a screen behind it. Now, replace the BBs with electrons, tiny particles of matter, and something bizarre happens. When you don't watch them, they create a pattern of many bands, like ripples interfering with each other. It's as if each electron goes through both slits at once, acting like a wave rather than a particle. But here's the kicker. If you set up a detector to see which slit each electron passes through, the pattern changes. The wave-like bands collapse into two distinct lines, as if the electrons decide to behave like particles the moment they're observed. This is the observer effect, and it suggests that the act of looking influences what happens. In the quantum world, reality seems to shift based on whether and how we pay attention. Superposition, existing in multiple states. Another mind bender is superposition. Picture a coin spinning in the air. It's not just heads or tails, but a blur of both until it lands. Quantum particles, like electrons, can exist in multiple states at once, say, spinning up and down until something, like a measurement, forces them into one state. Before that moment, they're a cloud of possibilities, not pinned down to a single outcome. Entanglement, spooky connections across space. Then there's entanglement, often called spooky action at a distance, by Albert Einstein. When two particles interact, they can become linked, so that changing the state of one instantly affects the other, even if they're light years apart. Measure one particle's spin, and the other's spin snaps into a corresponding state, faster than light could travel between them. It's as if they're part of a single system, no matter the distance. These concepts, observation, altering outcomes, possibilities existing until chosen, and instant connections, form the backbone of quantum physics. They're not just theories. They've been tested in labs worldwide. But what do they have to do with the law of attraction? Let's start connecting the dots. Parallels between quantum physics and the law of attraction. On the surface, quantum physics and the law of attraction seem to live in different universes, one in sterile labs, the other in self-help books. Yet, when we look closer, we see echoes of each in the other, especially around the role of consciousness and intention. The observer effect and focused thought. The observer effect in the double-slit experiment is a tantalizing hint. If observing a quantum event changes its outcome, could our attention shape reality on a larger scale? The law of attraction says yes, that focusing your mind on a goal, with clarity and emotion, tunes you into that possibility, much like a scientist choosing which slit to watch. It's not that you're magically moving particles with your brain, but that your awareness might align you with certain paths over others. Think of it like tuning a radio. The station you want is already broadcasting. You just need to dial into its frequency. In the law of attraction, positive thoughts and feelings are the frequency that connects you to positive experiences. Quantum physics doesn't prove this directly. It's a leap from electrons to life events, but it plants a seed. What if consciousness isn't just a passive observer, but an active participant? Superposition and infinite possibilities. Superposition offers another parallel. In the quantum world, particles exist in all possible states until observed. The law of attraction suggests that reality holds a field of potential, endless outcomes waiting to be selected by your focus. Want a new career? A loving relationship? These possibilities might exist in a superposition of your life, and by visualizing them with belief, you collapse the wave of potential into a tangible result. This is, of course, a metaphor. Quantum superposition applies to microscopic systems, not macroscopic goals. But the concept resonates. Your mind might act as a filter, sifting through life's possibilities to bring some into sharper focus. Entanglement and universal connectedness. Entanglement mirrors a spiritual idea central to the law of attraction. Everything is interconnected. If particles can influence each other instantly across vast distances, could our thoughts ripple out to affect the world in ways we don't fully grasp? The law of attraction often frames the universe as a web of energy, where your intentions send vibrations that resonate with matching frequencies. Entanglement doesn't explain this. It's a physical phenomenon, not a mental one, but it supports the notion that separation might be an illusion, that we're all part of a larger whole. These parallels are conceptual bridges, not scientific proofs. Quantum physics operates at scales far removed from human experience, and applying it to thoughts or emotions is speculative. Yet, the overlap is provocative, inviting us to ask, could science be catching up to what mystics have long intuited? How quantum science supports the law of attraction. Now, let's dig deeper. Does quantum physics actually prove the law of attraction? Not quite, but it does offer a framework that makes the idea less far-fetched. Here's how modern science is nudging us toward a view of reality that aligns with this ancient teaching. Consciousness in quantum measurements. In quantum mechanics, the act of measurement collapses a particle's wave function, turning a smear of probabilities into a definite state. The Copenhagen interpretation, one of the oldest explanations of this process, implies that an observer's consciousness plays a role. Without observation, the particle remains in limbo. With it, reality snaps into focus. This has sparked debate. Is the mind fundamental to how the universe unfolds? Some physicists, like John Wheeler, proposed the participatory universe, where observers co-create reality. Others, like Roger Penrose, explore whether consciousness itself might involve quantum processes in the brain. These ideas don't confirm that thinking about a new car conjures it into your driveway, but they challenge the notion that mind and matter are entirely separate. If consciousness influences quantum events, could it, on some level, affect the fabric of our lives? Quantum biology and the mind. Emerging fields like quantum biology suggest that quantum effects aren't limited to particles in labs. Photosynthesis, for instance, relies on quantum coherence to efficiently transfer energy in plants. Could similar processes occur in the human brain? Researchers like Stuart Hameroff and Penrose hypothesize that microtubules, tiny structures in neurons, might host quantum events, linking consciousness to the subatomic world. If true, this could mean our thoughts have a quantum signature, subtly interacting with reality in ways we're only beginning to explore. The nature of reality, beyond materialism. Quantum physics dismantles the clockwork universe of classical science, where everything is predictable and separate. Entanglement shows instant connections. Superposition reveals a probabilistic reality. The observer effect ties outcomes to awareness. Together, they suggest a universe that's fluid, interconnected, and responsive, qualities that echo the law of attraction's view of a malleable, mind-influenced world.